Hi clarinet players. I hope this video is able to help you out on understanding how to put the instrument together, your reed placement, and how to play the first few notes. So first thing is, when you open your case, always open it from the ground, letting it resting on the floor, or if you're at home, you can put it on a table. I have a bench right next to me, so that's where I'm gonna put it. Do not put the case on your lap. If you open it on your lap, things tend to fall down and the things will crack when they hit the floor. So please always place it on either the floor or a table or a bench if you're at home. The first thing you take out of your case is your clarinet reed. You should be wetting the reed in your mouth as you're putting the instrument together. Doesn't matter how long it takes, but the more you wet it, the better and easier it'll be for you to play during that rehearsal session. So I'm gonna put it in my mouth as I'm putting the instrument together. Now, I know I'm putting it together a lot faster than a lot of you, but that's okay. The more you do this, the easier it will become, all right? When you have the mouthpiece on the body of the clarinet, that opening of the mouthpiece should be lined up with this key in the back and the back hole. There's the back mouthpiece hole. It should be lined up with this thumb hole that goes in the back, okay? Now, when we place the reed, you want to loosen the ligature screw. I have one screw, but most of you will have 2 screws on your ligature. Place the clarinet between your legs and your seat, hold up the ligature, and with the other hand, you're gonna place the flat part of the reed up against the flat part of the mouthpiece. Lower the reed so it's nice and even with the mouthpiece. You do not want the reed to be high above the mouthpiece, and you don't want it to be low under the mouthpiece. So when I hold it up to the camera, you can see how the reed is even with the mouthpiece. It's not too high, it's not too low. Okay, now it is time to play. Left hand goes on the top. Okay, this is my left hand. I can make an L with it. My left thumb is gonna go on the back hole, and my first finger, index finger, is gonna cover the first hole on the top. My right hand, I'm gonna place my right thumb on the back under that thumb rest. Okay, there it is. And I'm just gonna hold my fingers above the holes on the bottom. I'm not pressing anything. I'm only covering the thumb on the back with my left hand and first finger in the front. When you place your mouth on the mouthpiece, gently rest your top teeth on the mouthpiece. We're not gonna bite down. We're just gonna rest our top teeth on the mouthpiece, and our bottom lip is gonna work as a cushion or a pillow to hold the bottom of the reed. I'm gonna tighten on the corners like this, and my cheeks are flat, firmly. Do not puff your cheeks when it's time to blow. All this stays firm. I'm gonna play 1.1, which is your E note. 2, ready, play. Press 2, 3, 4. Press 2, 3, 4. Now my reed seems a little dry. That's because I didn't wet it enough. But that's why, again, it's so important for you to wet your reed for quite a few minutes if possible. If you can't make a sound, you need a lot more air, okay? A lot of air. Again, all this is firm, and you're gonna blow with intense air. Now, let's talk about tonguing. We started talking about that in our last rehearsal. When you tongue the note, your tongue is touching the front of the mouthpiece, okay? You would think about saying ta. Ta, 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 t, t, t. See that sound? When you say ta, your tongue goes to the front of your mouth automatically. You don't need to even think about it. It just naturally happens. So think of saying the syllable ta when you're playing. And the air is going to continue coming out. there I'm just repeating tonguing over and over and over so you get the idea of what tonguing is. This is what the note should sound like when you play one E. Now, when you go to exercise 1.2, that's the same note E 4 times in each measure. Do not do it this way. I'm not tonguing there. I'm blowing after every note, and we don't want to do that. We want to tongue each note. The air is going to continuously come out of your body. I'll do it again. I'm just sticking my tongue in the way as the air is coming out without stopping, okay? Feel free to pause the video, do this a few times until you understand how to tongue 4 notes in a row. All right, here's what 1.2 should sound like with the proper tonguing. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, rest, rest. Last one. See that? Every note was, every measure was done with 1 breath, and I tongued all 4 notes. If you're able to play that cleanly, go on to 1.3, which is the note D. It's thumb on the back, first finger again, add the second finger. So now you have 2 fingers in the front and the thumb on the back. Right hand stays on the bottom, just hovering over those holes. This is 1.3 D. Again, start with the tongue. Rest, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Everything is firm, flat cheeks, and try to get a good big sound. You might have to blow a little harder if you're not getting it clearly. If you're holding it for just a few counts, you need to blow much more air and keep the air coming out longer. Remember, it's 4 counts. Okay, all the way to 4 counts. Once you can play that, go on to 1.4, which is basically the same as 1.2, except you're now playing 4 Ds instead of 4 Es. You're going to tongue every note. This is 1.4, the first measure. And so on. So boys and girls, go ahead and use that information to help you clean up those notes. If you need to wet your reed a little bit more, take it off, put it in your mouth a little bit longer, especially if you have a brand new reed. They take a little bit more to get used to and get softened up. So if you have a brand new reed, it may take a day or 2 to really get used to it. But big breath, big sound, don't puff your cheeks, and keep tonguing. All right? Happy practicing. Have a great week.